took me a long time to change my mindset, to give up livestock farming. That's one thing. And I've been doing that for 30 years, to give up my identity as a livestock farmer. It's not that easy. And it's engraved in you. That's what you did. And that's what I saw mum and dad farmed. And so it was a tough process to give up. I mean, I was born and brought up on a dairy farm back in Sri Lanka. And then when I moved to England in 85, and then I went into commercial farming. Then I was working on a dairy farm. So I've seen farming in small scale and large scale. And I think 2010, I decided to go into my own farming. And I bought goats mainly for meat. And we had about 70 goats. That's where things started changing for me in depth. You get connected a lot with them. And there was an occasion where I put a trailer. I always put the trailer on the field, and I select the boys, the male kids, the billy kids, to take them for slaughter. So they don't. The reason I put the trailer there is so that they get used to going in and out. So there's no stress for them when I come to take them. And many occasions I come there and then they are in the trailer and I shut the tailgate and I drive and I think, no, this is not right. I opened the trailer and they wouldn't come out. And that was one of the reasons it started making me think they wouldn't come out. You got to push them. They can smell it. When I'm coming back to the farm and that's sitting in my head. So this was going on for a few years. When I book them for slaughter, until I take them on that day, I am a different person at home. I behave because that's in my mind that I have to do this now. And I just didn't speak to anybody about it, but I just kept myself. And then I went back into sheep farming in Devon. And again, the same thing started coming into my head. Why am I farming this? And the main reason was taking them for slaughter. I wanted to buy 20 acres of land and then have sheep, to rear sheep for my street food market. So my daughter rescued 5 orphan lambs. And then she brought it to the house where I was living. And I bottle fed them in back of my garden. I made a little shelter for them. So they're very tamed sheep. And there was one, and she was a character. She was always a hungry ewe. And we named her Margaret, after Margaret Thatcher. And I could move any number of sheep just with her. She will follow me, and then I could move. I don't need a sheepdog. I don't need anything. And all the sheep will follow her. And that's how I was connected to her. And it's an amazing feeling. I mean, she was like a good friend to me. She's still alive, living in Goodheart Animal Sanctuary. So the first batch of lambs, I decided I don't want to take them for slaughter. I just sell it because I didn't have the courage to take them. And then we had a second batch. The whole idea was to take the lambs, and I was doing street food markets, so to use the meat at the street food in Totnes. The second batch was ready to go for slaughter, and that was when I decided to give up. And I spoke to my daughter, and I did tell her, if we talk to somebody and express what we feel, we can come over a lot of things. And in my case, I spoke to my daughter and I said, this is what I'm going to do. And she supported me on that. And then I was able to do what I was planning to do for many, many years. And I felt very good about it, that I've done something great to leave that industry. Yeah. The whole point of starting my street food was to have a farm and then use the produce on my street food stall. So when I started the goat farm and sheep farm, I used meat on my street food. And when I gave up, I was looking for land to grow vegetables and then use the vegetables on my street food. I live in Somerset now, and there was 20 acres ecological land co-op bought, and then it's divided into 3 plots. So we grow the vegetables here, We produce around 70% of the vegetables on this 5 acres for my street food. So I sell, it's called dosa, it's a South Indian street food. And I prep all the vegetables on my small holding, and then I cook everything at the market on that particular day. So it's freshly cooked there, and I sell them. So it's a dosa made on a 2x2 hot plate and wrapped with potato masala and served with coconut chutney or tomato chutney with dal or sambar. It's a very delicious meal, and vegetarian and vegan meal. We sell a lot, and that's my business. Yeah, and it's going well, and I'm pleased. Yeah.